Well, hello there, my darling friends. Happy Friday to you and welcome to a speed build on the channel today. That day being a Friday, because I've just said that. Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome. This is the mid-century modern. It is a mid-century modern house. Shocking, I know. Once again, my genius astounds me with the way I name these builds. That, my loves, was sarcasm if you didn't know. But hello, welcome on in. Mid-century is a 3-bedroom, very reminiscent in my head to kind of flank? Who's flank? Who the hell is flank? Frank Lloyd Wright's kind of architecture. His architecture has always inspired me. I just find his buildings beautiful and interesting. Very, I don't know, undescript. They're not showy in the slightest. They're just really beautiful, really beautifully done. And I wanted to kind of try and recreate my own version of a mid-century, kind of reminiscent to Frank Lloyd Wright. And this is what I came up with, using lots of lovely custom content, darlings. And linked down below, you will find my Google Doc now with all of the custom content that I use, and I will keep updating it once I find new stuff. So the best thing to do if you ever want any of my builds in the game is to just get that cheeky lot into yours, and you will have all of the CC that I ever use for these builds. But yes, lots of mixtures today. I was using the new pack from Pierisim, which is the mid-century modern pack, which is absolutely stunning. So Pierisim, you've done a gorgeous job again. And then mixing it with all of my other favorite creators. You know who they are by now. Harrie, Felixandre, Tuds, Charly Pancakes. We've got them all going on, darlings, all going on. And this is what I came up with. So I really wanted this build to be very cantilevered. So I did want this build to kind of be lifted up from the ground level, still going down into the basement level as well, which is where I put the kind of like entertaining space at the back. But I wanted this to kind of be up in the rafters along with the tree line. And I'm building in Glimmerbrook. Glimmerbrook is such a lovely world to build modern builds in my eyes. I think this world just lends itself well to that. And that's what I did here. That is what I did. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So as I said, it's got 3 bedrooms. The master suite is on the ground level with its own bathroom. And then up above is a big living, entertaining dining space with 2 further bedrooms and a bathroom up here as well. So that is what we did. That is what we did. And I just really enjoy how this came together. I didn't have any reference images. I've not worshipped, that's a bit excessive, but I've adored Frank Lloyd Wright's architecture for many a year, and it just kind of came together quite easily. I was placing bits here and there, just working out what kind of shape that I wanted. I knew I wanted the right hand side of this build, which is what we're working on now, to kind of be a bit more cantilevered, so it kind of like leans out towards the front, and it just gives it a bit more of a dynamic, interesting shape in my eyes. And I really enjoy it. The front of this build, I put some privacy panels on because the street level is right there. So I used those dividers from Harrie and Felix's bathroom set. And they just lent themselves really well to have this kind of privacy screen on the front, because I didn't want any curtains or blinds up on these windows. I wanted it to be flooded with light. So the front has got them, but the back hasn't, because the back just backs onto the kind of woodland area out the back. So it's already got its own private moment back there. So I didn't see any means to kind of put a privacy screen on that as well. But yeah, lovely. Those windows there, the long ones, they're from Little Dicker as well. Sorry, I forgot to say Little Dicker as well. Another one of my favorite CC creators. Those those long ones came with the Starbucks pack. I can't remember what it was called. Rise and Grind or something filth naughty. So I flopped a few of them around as well. They just lent themselves very well to this whole build because it just suited it in my eyes. So a little carport over in the corner here. I really wanted to have a little carport. I put a little green mini in there. And I just thought it just looked nice hanging over to the edge, and it's where you would pull up, get out, and then get straight into your house. So I just thought that would be lovely. This is me putting in some skylights as well, and I use the ones from Island Living. We haven't had any more of that kind of thing in the game for a while. Like, I would love if they could give us some more skylights in the game. And this goes for you CC creators as well. Please, can you add some more skylights? I've been asking Harrie, aka Sam. No, the wrong way around. Sam, aka Harrie, to do some skylights. So we need to make sure we badger her with our wants and needs for some skylights. No, please don't do that. She'll just get annoyed with us. But I would love to see some more skylights in the game. I really would. CC or no CC. And I know there are a few out there. I've played with them throughout the years. Some Mutsk ones. And I'm sure, did Peacemaker do them back? I can't remember. But yes, I would like to see some more. So thank you very much. Now we are going down into the basement level. So to make this build a little bit more interesting, I really wanted to go down into this basement level here. And just play around with it. Play around with the cantilevered edge. I just think it made it look more dynamic. How many times are we going to say dynamic in this speed build? Probably a lot. But I wanted some kind of interest down into the garden level. And this is how I did it. I came down into the garden level, or the basement level, sorry. And I pulled up some half walls to make it kind of act as planters. And it just helped make the build look a little bit more interesting towards that area. And I really like it. Very much like it indeed. One thing I did struggled with was the use of the grey tiles here. Because the build was it's quite warm. And this like sort of grey slate was very cold against the brick. In the beginning, I put it all the way like down into the basement level like that, but we end up going for a bit more of a warmer looking tile there. I don't know why I was doing a full wall there. I think I was going to do some kind of like canopy area, but we end up doing that a little bit differently. You'll see that a bit further on into the build. But yeah, in the end, I kept the grey out the front because it kind of connects into the driveway colours a bit better. And then out the back, we go for a bit more of a warmer slate tile to just kind of blend in with the warmer tones that this house produces. Lots of wood in this house, lots of wood, kind of retro, but very modern, almost minimalist inside. There is a little bit of clutter here and there, but I wanted a very clean look on the interior with just these big windows looking out onto all the greenery and stuff around it. And that is what I tend to do with the landscaping as well. I tend to keep it just very green, lush, you may say. And I think it suited it. I do. And as I said, and as I always say, I had a lovely time building this. I really did. This is my shit. This is my favorite way to build, is a modern house. I really do enjoy them. I try and keep my houses as realistic as possible. Like, I love looking at all of the other simmers, like lovely builds, all their modern builds and stuff. I really do. But I love kind of building my way when it comes to modern. I like trying to keep it a little bit more realistic. And I don't know, just to me, I want them to look like they're real and you could see them anywhere. And to me, I think this house looks very real and I'm for it, very much for it. Look at me blowing my own trumpet. Well, darlings, as I always say, you've got to blow your own trumpet once in a while. If you're proud of what you do, if you think that you've done a nice build, then fucking congratulate yourself on it. Thank you. But I hope you're all right. I hope you're all going to have a lovely weekend. Oh, let me just say this bit here. This bit here is the higher platform, which is where I put a lovely little sun lounging entertaining deck. And then I put a pool down by the side of it as well. So we actually reduced the size of that. Yes, we do. We do. I've had a few of you asking how was Russell Brand last night. I went to see Russell Brand live on his show, and it was amazing. It was enlightening. I adore that man. He just speaks the truth, and far more than any other politician out there. And yeah, I had a lovely time. So thanks to those guys, you guys that were asking. I would recommend going to see him if he is anywhere near you, because I know he's touring the UK at the minute. So I would say go and watch him. It's a very enlightening experience, and it was just full of lovely people. Very nice indeed. So yes, we did. Look, we've done a pool. I really wanted another entrance, staircase up to the side of here as well. So there's kind of an aspect where you could get up from both sides onto the kind of sun lounging deck. But yeah, lovely, stunning. Oh, and I'm changing the wallpaper here. I wanted a little bit of interest, so I'm using the new wallpaper from Pierisim, which is the mid-century stone. I can't remember what it's called. And I shuffle the windows around a little bit more because I wanted them to fit on that wallpaper nicely. And they end up doing so. Lovely concrete, beautiful wallpaper that, and it comes in some lovely swatches. Available on his Patreon now, so I'm sure it will be out for public release very soon. Just keep your eye out for it, my darlings. Keep your eye out for it. But yeah, very nice. You'll have to let me know what you think of this house down below. Could you live in somewhere like this? I know I could. I know this house is not going to be for everybody. It's not to everyone's tastes, but it's definitely to mine. And as I always say, build for yourself, darlings. Nobody else. Build what you like. It's the best way to do it. I could happily live here. Happily live in this house. So I might have to move my cheeky sim self in and let him live his dream. And maybe I could move in. Oh, I don't know. Who can we move in with them? Maybe Markiplier? I've had a deep crush on Markiplier for many years. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. I hope Tom's not listening. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Getting some lovely greenery around the sides as well. Again, I wanted to try to blend this house into the landscape by using means of vegetation and landscaping. It really, really does help if you try and match in the landscaping around with the build. It just blends it in. Even though this build does stick out quite nicely because of the orangey tones against the green. To me, I don't know. It would be lovely to see Glimmerbrook with all like modern contemporary houses. I think it would just be the perfect world for that. I had somebody said, why don't you redo Glimmerbrook again? Because if you OGs to the channel will remember, I was doing a Glimmerbrook save file and I gave up on it because I was just done with it. I was so bored of the storylines and I just wasn't enjoying it. And I will never continue something that I'm not enjoying. So yes. And I've had a few of you ask, where's the Potter project? It will be coming back soon. I'm just not ready to bring it back just yet. I've got other things on my plate at the minute that are taking my full attention, but don't worry, in the next coming months I will definitely bring the Potter project back, and as I said, we're going to be doing Hagrid's hut next as well, so be on the looks out for it, my darlings, because it's sure going to be coming. I just don't know when just yet, so thank you for being patient, appreciative. So this is the sun lounging deck up here, entertaining space. Put a lovely dining table out here with a pergola. Use a lot of the Jardane set here as well, but also Felixandre's Grove collection. I use quite a bit of that in this build as well. So you will need to be subscribed to Felix's Patreon, because I know that's just a Patreon exclusive set, but it is fully worth it. And I will give all of my money to these CC creators because in my eyes and in a lot of other people's eyes, I'm going to say it, they produce much better building content than what the Max's team do, and I have to say that because it's the truth, darlings, and I will spend my money on it. I will. I need it. I want it all, and that is just me. But yeah, lovely. Four sun lounges as well. They were going to town. Now down here, this is where I had to change this a little bit when it came to what I'm doing now. I wanted like a sunken kind of like fire pit moment with a little canopy over the top of it. I had to make this bigger. The stairs on platforms and stuff at the minute, it's just not work. Well, at the minute, they've never bloody worked. Like, there's no reason for that staircase not to be able to be tucked into that little bit, but for some reason, I can tell you why, Sims It did not want to work. So when I was player testing this lot, they couldn't get down here for some reason. They were not enjoying being able to come down here. So I had to make this a bit bigger and reduce the amount of seats as well, which I'm quite glad about because this was a bit excessive. This was like a lot of seatage going on here. So I did reduce the size of it down slightly. And they were able to get down and sit by the fire pit. So that is all that mattered. But this area here, I kind of left not bare, but I wanted it to be a little bit more minimal down here. So you'll see what I do in a minute to kind of like tart it up a bit. Now I was like, it would be lovely if this area had like a bit of a canopy over the top of it. So that's what I did. I put a canopy edge over the top of it. And I'm trying different woods and stuff here. And I was like, no, do you know what? And I was trying to put a trim on it. It wasn't working. So I end up lifting the platform up like that. And then I do a little hole in the middle for all the smoke from the fire pit to get out. And I cover the top in greenery. Now, for some reason, the grass was like appearing there and it was very annoying me. I don't know how I managed to fix that, but I did. I got rid and then I just littered the place in greenery. So yes, very nice indeed. So we make this bigger, but reduce the amount of seating in here for your sim to be able to come down and use it. The stairs kept disappearing, so if they do disappear, you just need to put them back in. Don't know what's going on there either. Once again, Sims, darlings. Absolute Sims. Really is. Now, I hope you're all going to have a lovely weekend. I'm going to definitely have a lovely weekend. I'm off to a home and garden exhibition with my sister tomorrow. I think it's the magazine, Home and Gardens. I think it's their exhibition, so I'm not looking forward to it in the way that I'm probably going to be spending a bit too much money that I haven't got at the minute. So hopefully that doesn't come to fruition. And then on Sunday, I'm taking my mum and dad out for a nice roast dinner at one of my favourite pubs in Devon. Can't wait. Let me know what you're up to. Please do. So as I said, I was keeping this area a bit more minimal. So I end up just putting in some planters. And that's your lot down there, really. I end up putting in a little basketball hoop as well. I think I end up doing that, or did I leave it? I can't remember. But anyway, we're into the interiors now, so it doesn't really matter. So this is the main foyer. This is where you kind of like enter the main entrance area. As I said, there is a bedroom on this level, which will be the master suite. Love these prints. These prints are from Charly Pancakes, another one of my favorite creators ever. Beautiful, stunning. And I end up using quite a bit of the Harluxe collection from Harrie and Felix. I love them too. So I flopped them in. I changed these wardrobes, I think, yeah, I'm showing you, we littered this wardrobe all the way up and I end up changing this wardrobe anyway. We end up going for Tud's, I can't remember what the collection is called, but it's that like modular wardrobe down here. This one was just looking a little bit too heavy set in this particular room. I just thought it's a bit too, it just takes over the room space a bit too much. And I only figured that out and I was like, yeah, I don't like that. So I go in with some new paneling. That is from Pierisim's new mid-century modern collection. Love that paneling. And then we end up using Tud's modular wardrobe there. And then I'm going in now and putting all of the stuff back that we've just done. Just, you know, just to make everything complete. But it works out really nicely, this room. Love that new chair as well. Or is that a new chair or is that Charly Pancakes chair? Can't remember, but I love it. It's gorgeous. I think it might be Charly Pancakes. Hopefully it is. Hopefully I'm not getting that wrong. But lovely room. Lovely room. I mean, this doesn't have to be the master suite. I just thought the master suite would have been nice with its own moment on its own floor with its own bathroom. And that's what I ended up doing. That's what I ended up doing down here. Lots of exposed brick everywhere as well. Lots of wood. I've also got that default ceiling mod on as well, where your ceiling gets default to whatever you want it to be. Now, I wish I could link that, but I cannot find it anywhere. I cannot find that CC anywhere anymore. I've tried to find it. And it's just in my mod folder and I don't know where you guys can get it. So this build might look a little bit different when you come to download it because you'll still have white ceilings unless you have that CC2. And then I've used kind of like medium brown wood on the ceilings just to, yeah. And I added these in this here, because this bathroom is right on ground level and people will be able to peek in when you're in like having a poo or whatnot. So I am putting some privacy screens in the actual window using the wooden screens from the Bafroom Collection. And I just think it added something. I did. And it allowed me to not put some blinds up. I have used blinds, though, down in the master bedroom area, just because that's on ground level. And I didn't want to put these on those windows. I still wanted those full windows to kind of bring in as much greenery from the outside as possible. So that's what we did. Nice little bathroom, this, though. This is the one next to the master suite. So you can use it as a guest bathroom, but it could also just be for the master suite area, too. But yeah, using a mixture as well. Using a mixture of, the Brutalist Collection from Harrie. Got Pierisim's oak house with that sink there. So yeah, all of the go-tos that I usually use are all there somewhere, my darlings. They are. So I would just get it all into your game. It would be the best way. It really will. Really, really will. But yeah, stunning. Can we move now, please? I'm in this bathroom far too long. Right, here we are. Up into the main kind of living space. So this is where I use the kitchen. Now, the kitchen is the Florence Collection from Felixandre. Beautiful kitchen. And I go for the one that's kind of like raised up off the ground. I just preferred the look of that one in this house in particular. And I end up going for a bit more of a black sort of smoky charcoal marble. I don't tend to use a lot of marble because I'm not a fan of marble at all. It's just not for me. But I just thought it fit in with the aesthetic of this house really nicely. So that's what I do. So this kitchen is like smack bang. As soon as you come in from the foyer, kind of like main entrance staircase there, you walk straight into the kitchen. And I kind of like that. And I end up just squeezing that fridge in there just so it like fits in with the cabinets. And I end up going for a bit more of a wooden paneling behind it as well. But ignore this light as well. I was going to use this light. This is from Harrie's. Oh, God, I can't remember what the collection's called now. Octave? I think so. Maybe? Not too sure. It's definitely Harrie's, though. But it just wasn't fitting in with this build for me. So I end up changing that out in a sec. You can see what I've used there. The two green sort of like pendant lights. I think they were from Little Dika. Could be wrong. Could be wrong on that. Love these chairs. These chairs are gorgeous. I definitely think they're Charly Pancakes. I think they're Charly Pancakes chair, including the like sort of ghost chair, the plastic, the clear plastic chair, and dining table, coffee table to match in. I just thought it suited very nicely indeed. And I haven't had a chance to use this bookcase yet either, so I flopped this one in too. I think that one is from Charly Pancakes as well. And the best thing about Charly Pancakes CC is they released an all-in-one download. So you can literally just put a full folder with all of their custom content into your game. I wish all of them would do that. I wish all of the CC creators would do that. It would just make everybody's life a lot easier if you could just slot it right into one folder and get it all into your game. That would just be amazing. So if you're hearing this, if there's any other CC creators out there, please think about doing that. It makes it so much easier. So well done to you, Charly Pancakes. I appreciate it. This one here, in my head, this bedroom was kind of for a teenager. So I end up putting in like a nice high desk. This is from Felix's Berlin collection, I think. I think it's the Berlin collection. I could be wrong. But I love the fact that you can have a stool with this desk. I just think it looks really classy. And I wanted that little picture window moment to kind of be just off the edge to the desk as well. I just think it looks like a nice little painting and it's just greenery outside. I just thought it, yeah, loved it. Here for it. Own it, you know, absolutely for it. No idea what I'm saying as per usual. I just ramble on about shit in these speed builds and you guys, you seem to think it's okay. So I'm going to carry on. I end up putting a bookcase in here as well. I thought if this is a teen in here, maybe a bookcase would be nice. And off recording, I put in a little stereo somewhere as well. So yeah, very nice indeed. So there are 3 double bedrooms in this house. So you could make one into a kid's bedroom, but I did not have kids in my head while I was building this. I was like, nah, I'm just going to build it for kind of adults and teens. And then I don't have to have ugly kid stuff around outside and things, you know. Even though I'm using CC, so I could have used some gorgeous kid things, but it just wasn't in my head when I was building this, so I didn't go for it. This modular wardrobe, by the way, is from Charly Pancakes. Absolutely love it. I think it's called Lavish. I think it could be called Lavish, the collection. And that comes with all of these little pieces, the clothes and the shoes and stuff that you can put in it. It's great. It's an absolute great piece of custom content to get in your game and make up your own wardrobes. And it comes in some lovely wood swatches, unlike the Dream Home Decorator that come in some disgusting swatches. Just can't bear them. I cannot bear the swatches in that pack, even though the pack itself, build and buy wise, is really quite good. Such a shame. Adding in a couple of pendulous lights by the bedside tables, and then I use Pierisim's new mid-century modern chair. Look at that beautiful chair. I think it comes in a few different styles with a footstool and stuff, and some beautiful swatches, but I just thought it'd suit this room really nicely, so that's what I did. That is what I did, and it fit in very nicely indeed, if I do say so myself. But yeah, very nice, very nice. What am I doing? Shuffling stuff around. What am I trying to put in there? Oh, I get rid of one of the wardrobes, and I think we put a mirror on this side. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I was thinking, oh, actually, this wardrobe's swallowing up this room as well, so I end up reducing the size of it, and I put in a couple of mirrors in different orientations. I do. So this is the other bedroom, slightly smaller. It's a lot narrower, so we had a bit more of a narrower space to work with. So I was like, what can I do here? So I separate the bed area off with a wall. So on one side, the bed kind of faces out towards the greenery, so you'd wake up with all of that trees in your face when you wake up in the morning. And on the other side, I put in a desk, so it kind of like it's a smaller room. It's a lot narrower room, but it's kind of got two separate sections to it by use of a wall. And I used the new paneling from Pierisim to kind of just make that come to fruition a bit more. And I do like it. I like how it comes together, this room. Even though it is quite a tight space, your Sims would fit in here quite gorgeously. They really would. Anyway, I'm going to start rounding things up now because I've been waffling on far too long. You're going to go and watch a cheeky little speed build now. To a lovely song. You better dance to this song because I had a fun time editing and dancing to this song. Anyway, have a lovely weekend, my darlings, and I'll see you all again on Tuesday.